Hello, welcome to Pro Wrestling London Fan TV. Ali here, bringing you my review of the game between Arsenal and Palace, which of course finished 1-0 to Arsenal. It was an absolute classic, 1-0 to Arsenal, wasn't it? Not a fantastic game, and do you know what? I don't think either side were particularly fantastic, which is what made it quite a strange game. I do think Arsenal had an element of control throughout, apart from maybe 10 minutes in the first half where Munoz got some joy down the right-hand side. Perhaps should have done better with one opportunity, but to be fair, Arsenal defended really well against us down that right-hand side against both Munoz and Sarr and all over the pitch, which is why they won the game and why they're top of the league. However, I don't think we were quite at our best. I don't feel like we've been quite at it in the last few games. I think the zip in our passing is not quite there. And this might sound harsh, but even Adam Wharton doesn't seem like he's at his usual standards. And that's maybe harsh because his standards are insanely high. But even his passings felt a little bit off. And I always have a little bit of a fear in the back of my mind that perhaps he's got a little injury or anything like that, which I don't think there is. He's allowed an off day as well, and so is the rest of the team, and they've got a lot of credit in the bank, and I don't think there's any need to press panic buttons just yet at all. I think, if you go back, the Larnaca game was a different set of problems. We've got to get used to playing those low blocks in Europe. The Bournemouth game, there was a lot of positives in that. Missed opportunity, of course, with the chance with Mateta at the end, and a very good Bournemouth side. And then the Everton game, we actually played some of our best football of the season in that first hour, arguably the best football of our season in that first hour. And then in the context that we've just played the league leaders, and quite convincingly the league leaders now, there's definitely no need to press panic buttons yet. However, next Saturday against Brentford feels like a big game, because obviously if we win, then we're making inroads back in that top 10, probably back within the top 8. If we lose, then we're going back into familiar territory of 11th to 15th. So a very big game against Brentford next Saturday, and it won't be easy because they're picking up form and momentum, and an absolute sledgehammer of a throw in Kiyade. Anyway, in terms of pressing panic buttons, there is one issue I want to address, and that is Pino. Yes, he wasn't at his best, and I admit that he didn't have his best game, and no one can deny that against Arsenal. However, the flavour and rumblings a little bit on social media of criticisms against him, and there is a certain article written by someone whose name I'm not going to mention because he's taking a bit of stick on it on social media, and in the past has taken, from what I've seen, some really bad pelters on social media. I don't like all that, to be honest. But if you do write an article about a player who's literally walked in what feels like 2 minutes ago at the end of a transfer window, as Glasner alluded to after the game, he's going to have things to learn. There's no way he's going to come in and it's all going to go seemingly really well all the time. He's had some good moments in the red and blue already. Definitely the Arsenal game was not his finest, and as he's dropped off in the last few after a very good performance against Dynamo Kiev. But to be writing an article about him seems very harsh this soon. And to be honest, I lost respect for the article when there was this line about the Premier League being for the land of giants and picking out his height. I mean, Hazard, Zola, Juninho, anyone? Listen, are these the same people who picked on Kamada last season? Because you're now picking on a Spanish international who scored in the last international break. I mean, class is permanent, form is temporary. And even this time last year, people were getting Eberechi essays back. And look what happened there. He scored against us, which was always going to happen. But yeah, in my opinion, I get the criticism of his performance against Arsenal, but some of it is a bit over the top, in particular writing a whole article about it. But I'll leave that there. Let me know your thoughts on Pino in the comments below. Massive game against Brentford next week, but a big game in the week as well against Liverpool in the Cup. Lots of people calling for players to be rested. I think there'll be a bit of both, but Glasner won't fully commit to that. He will want to get into quarter-final of a Cup, as do I, because I think it's a good opportunity. I think Liverpool will be resting a few too. Rumours they're playing the number 3 keeper. I would like to see Nketiah through the middle, up front, and I would like to see Uche as well. Let me know who you'd like to see against Liverpool. I will be at that game